Welcome back to Asterisk War Anime Review, episode number 5. This is discussing episodes 18 to 21. Now, I would have done this earlier, but I had company come over today, so that was the reason why this took a while. So in these episodes, we have a couple of major things going on. Basically, since Flo basically was kidnapped in 2 episodes back, they pretty much spend the majority of these episodes searching for her. We have Sasamiya and Karen going to look for her, mainly due to the fact that, well, they lost their match, so they have plenty of free time on their hands. So they searched the redevelopment district with little success. So Ayato and Jules decided to fight their next match. They actually won a match after this one. So they fight the next match, and it's pretty short. It's only about less than 5 minutes. Of course, Ayato fights the short one of the two guys, comments on the fact the guy is a very good swordsman, beats him in like less than a minute. Jules has a bit of a tough time fighting the other guy, and because he has the ability to turn himself, put on some armor. Yes, I know I'm forgetting the guy's name, but the name went by for this character so quickly, and these two only appear in just this episode here, and they also appear in episode 21, and that's it. I don't know if they appear in the next 3 episodes because I haven't watched them yet. So that'd be him. So Ayato, he has a little bit of free time in his hands, so he's got to do some searching himself. So he goes to Irene, and Irene arranges to meet with him at looks like some restaurant. And Ayato, his disguise is wearing a hoodie, wearing glasses. And pretty much this is kind of like some espionage work, where 2 people don't look at each other but do exchange information. Irene doesn't get much, but she does recommend a particular area to go searching for her. And, well, apparently when he started asking people, apparently the mob didn't like that very much, so they start going after him. Looking out by sheer coincidence, he meets a beautiful woman who takes him off to a secluded area. She does know who he is, because he's a celebrity because of the Phoenix Festival, and fights off another guy. And it turns out this woman is Sylvia, the student council president of the all-girls school. Yep, episode 18 was her first full appearance in the series. Yep, she appeared at the very tail end of episode 18, and she's here for episode 19, and she's seen briefly in episode 21. They actually cut out a bit in 21, in which I will get to that. So then, of course, well, she does point out where the girl is being kept, and so Sasamiya and Karen go there, and Yanko basically just happens to go along because, well, he calls him back up to help him out. Who did he call? Lester McFeel. Yep, called him in. He appears for like 2 episodes of this batch. When he appears, like, oh, hi Lester, haven't seen you since the end of the previous season. Where the heck have you been? Yeah, he wasn't in book 4, and I remember he wasn't there, and he was absent for most of this book too. So they find her, and apparently she was at an abandoned casino, which, from looking from the outside, does look like any casino I've seen. Looks like a deserted hotel. Yeah, it looks more like a hotel. Looks like a very nice looking hotel, but no. Apparently this was going to be a casino for some reason. And the place was shut down due to the fact when the customers went berserk. And, well, they stopped construction a few days ago. So they go in and they come across some shadow creatures. And they find out briefly, though, Karen basically is still injured in her knee. Though, thanks to Lester showing up, they were to go to the basement, find her, and of course fight the actual person controlling the shadows. And they find her. Karen tries to figure out, but she's stopped by the Shadow Man. Yeah, I don't remember the guy's. I think his name is Victor. Yeah, they revealed that in episode 21. And she fights him along with Saya. And of course, now this I thought was really kind of a change. I'm not sure if this was something to do with the dub, because when Philo, when she first addressed Karen, she referred to her as Miss Toto, and then later on changed to Lady Toto. I'm not really sure why they changed it for, but They did. Also, I forgot to mention in this space, also before I continue, during Ayato's first match in these episodes, he does comment the guy he was fighting that he has fight similar to Karen. Okay, good compliment. He accepts the compliment. Yeah, he doesn't mind being compared to her at all because she's a very powerful person when it comes to physical strength. And of course, the guy is defeated, and then we also have Ayato and Jules match with the two robots. The same two who back in episode 17 defeated Karen and Saya. And they fight in episode 20. Yeah, their fight actually lasts about 3 episodes. And of course, also they also got an upgrade. Well, he also kept the scar that he got back in episode 17. And of course, Jules managed to take out the female robot really after somewhat of a it wasn't like, let's say, very long per se, but she got taken out pretty quickly. Her badge got destroyed. The male robot, he took a bit of a while. Also thanks to Ayato changing the shape of his sword, thanks also to using the power from Jules' energy to change his sword from a long purple sword to, of course, he also was told that he couldn't use this particular sword because he had a temporary seal, but luckily he got a seal removed anyways. Thanks, of course, Claudia stepping in and say, hey, she's been found. That means you can probably use the damn thing. So, he basically uses it. And he does basically take some bit of time. Of course, he does also his merge effect thing. They do, in fact, defeat the robot. Though, it seems as though this particular battle is very similar to what they used at the end of the previous season. As a matter of fact, there's comparisons to it because of how control he's getting. Especially since his armor is cracking. Yeah, his armor is cracking. I mean, not just his face, basically also his legs. And the fact that, well, I think it's the one final move, the ult move, he's able to slice in half his badge and win. For some reason, he doesn't like it. He does use the seal briefly. I think it's like no mention of him like using to breaking the seal. Yeah, there's no mention of it here. For some reason, it's like, that's basically what it is. And then, of course, because, well, he defeated him, Jules and him won the Festa. Give him a trophy, and, well, Sylvia's there. Of course, he's like, he sees her, he basically blushes because also after she found basically Paolo that she basically gave him her physical address. I'm like, yeah, because she has got a crush on him. That's why. It's not really a little bit later about this when I read. Yeah, I know I'm kind of spoiling it, but yeah. Not surprised. It seems like almost every woman that Ayato meets falls for him. Yep. Also, thanks to winning his match, Claudia basically is clinging to him. And Saya basically gets a pat in the head. Karen gets the same thing too a little bit later. Even though that she basically was scared, even though that Jules basically was very happy she's alive, gives a nice hug, and of course, well, Ayato tells the person in charge that his request is to find his sister. He's like, okay, that's no problem. We can do that. Says, did you go missing here? Well, what's the problem? Find her. Except he knows exactly where she is. And of course, that they have evidence to support the fact that Dirk was behind the kidnapping, but they apparently it's not covered because Dirk basically loves covering his tracks. Of course, the guy is a big jerk anyways. And of course, he talks Dirk. And of course, he was like, oh yeah, protecting Phil's he's like, don't do that again. And then of course, we see him open up another window where we see what looks like to be Ayato's sister in a coma. That's what it looks like to me. And, well, that's where episode 21 ends. I gotta say, now, they do cut out one small thing here. They actually cut out the bit where they actually ask him, how did you know her? Yeah, they actually cut that out here, which I think that was in book 5. What I remember in the afterword book 4 is that originally the writer was planning to end the Festa arc with book 4, but he probably wanted to tell more story, so that's why basically was what happened in book 5. Book 6 is going to be quite interesting to talk about because it's basically following with a plot thread that started back in Book 1. Which, kudos to the fact the writer actually followed up with that. I'll discuss that tomorrow. Okay, so that's it for particular review, and that's it for videos today. But one final thing I gotta say, damn good set of episodes, and I love the series. And I'll discuss my final thoughts for now on the series tomorrow when I discuss episode 6, which takes up the last 3 episodes of this anime. Okay? And I also reveal what I'm gonna do next. Okay? See you next video.